Hello and welcome to VSL. We are here for Brazil for round 19 of the championship. Brazil's got 15 corners. It's got two free straights. I don't know if turn 5 to turn 6 counts as a straight. I believe it does. And it's also got two DRS detection zones. Obviously going into turn 1. Well, starting the lap, you have a DRS zone. And also at the end of turn 3, you got the second straight. So we're going to go into qualifying. I'm going to try my best to be somewhat good. I know I'm not near as good as Jess, but we try my best. So we start the session, and we already have a lot of stuff happening. We already have a disqualification for Mike, so it's not been a great start to the session for him. We've got Kyle and Casper on a lap already. We will watch on board with Kyle. And we'll see what he can do. He does have a Williams in front of him, I believe that is. Who is that ahead of him? I just realised how clogged up I've got this. Right. So, watching on board with Kyle. It's been looking like a decently neat lap. Oh, getting a bit of wheel spin though, going through turn 11. He has set the fastest sector 2, however I believe that's because he is the first person to be on a lap. So yeah, we will see as he opens his DRS wide open. What is it going to be for Kyle for the first lap of the session? It's going to be a 1:07.8. That is your benchmark for now. We've got 14 minutes left though, so we've got a while left. Let's see what Kyle can do. His teammate always validated. Okay, well, brilliant. Who else do we have? We have, I think, NA9R, who has started his lap. I think we've got Pete. He's set a lap on the mediums, a 1:08.649. Not a bad lap by Pete on the mediums, so I'm sure he'll be happy with that. We also got Flexi, who I believe is out of the championship now, if I'm not wrong. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure he went out in Mexico last week. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's out of it, or he's really close to being out of it anyway, as he's invalidated his lap already, so it's not been a great start for Flexi. Acorn comes across the line, a 1:08.204. As it stands though, Kyle has still got pole position. However, we still have a lot of drivers to get us get a lap in, including Casper, who has invalidated again. But NA9R 19.101 on the board. Apparently, Mike crashed in the pit lane as he was on his phone, and that is why you don't drive and go on your phone. Tony goes up to P5 with a 1:08.931, and we also have Ryan Berry, who is set at 1:08.2. Still quite a big gap of 3/10. However, Mata sets a lap of a 1:08.1 on the mediums, which is only 3/10 off Kyle on the medium tyres. That is an insane lap. We also have Tony on the softs of 1:08.057, as we see Panos setting the first proper lap of the session. This is where the times are now going to start climbing. A 1:07.489 for the Ferrari driver, as he, I think he's in the title fight, isn't he? He definitely is. Yeah, he's leading the title as it stands. So he getting in the laps, and I'm sure the practice as well, to try and get the title. We also have Casper finally sets the lap of a 1:08.048. However, I'm sure he wants to set another lap on the softs, as it probably wouldn't be a great idea to start on these softs. Definitely after, I think he did 3 laps on them. 3 laps, yeah. However, I heard there's meant to be a possibility of rain. So that'll be interesting for sure. Who else have we got? Apologies, I know I'm not doing this whole driver select thing. I know everyone prefers that, including myself, so I will start using that. Panos, I think, is coming into pits, isn't he? Yep. I think Kev's on a lap. Let's see what he can do. We catch him on the end of his lap as he opens the DRS wide. What is it going to be? Actually, I just realised a 123.8. Somehow think that's not a competitive lap, and he will go again. Who else have we got? We have Ryan, who is coming in. I'm presuming the same for the Alfa Romeo, yes. So, who else have we got potentially on a lap? We've got Flexi, who's gone out on another out lap. Same with Y Racer. So this will be interesting. We'll watch on board with Flexi. Oh, hold on. No, we'll watch on board with Y Racer. Got confused between Pete, who is starting another lap. But we'll watch on board with Y Racer as we haven't seen him on a lap. I know Jess likes to do the commentary curse on the Red Bulls, so I will just not speak anything good about them until we get to the final lap. I think that's probably the best thing I can do, so that they can have a good result. Because they have pace. It's just there's something always goes wrong, and it's normally because Jess always says, "Oh, they're doing well," and they like spin or something. So I'll try not to do that, but we'll see. As how Sector 1, it was looking somewhat good. Going in Sector 2. Normally, this corner is quite hard to master. You have to try and get on the throttle early without trying to spin. So it's all about getting that traction through the zone as you go through the fast left-hander now. What's Sector 2 looking like? A 51.1. That is not a bad Sector 1 at all, though. I won't talk too soon. Kyle said to 7.435, only about 40 milliseconds difference between him and Panos. That is a very solid lap. Oh, as Y Racer hits the wall a bit there. Goes up to third place though for the Red Bull driver. Only 3/10 off pole position. That's a very good and competitive lap from the Red Bull driver. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Next up, we have Flexi. Let's watch on board with him. I say that. Let's watch on board at the end of the result of the lap. He comes across the line. It's going to be a 17.5. Jumps him ahead of Y Racer, however. Still a solid 10th off. I didn't know if he did turn. He went slightly wide going across the line, so maybe he's sandbagging a little bit. You normally take it much more to the inside to gain as much time as you can. But that might be his style of driving. I don't know. I can't presume. You guys are starting a lap. So is Slenderman, who has invalidated his lap. We also have Mata, who's on a lap. He's 8/10 up on his personal best. That puts him on pole position quite easily. A 17.167. That is a solid 3/10 quicker than Kyle. However, no one in the sixes yet. Will we get anyone in the seconds? Who else have we got? We've got Pete, I think, starting another. Oh, he's backed off that lap. Slenderman, who's invalidated. Who else have we got? Acorn, who's on that lap? He is some. Cliffy's still in the pits. Well, not Cliffy's done. Hasn't even been on track, I don't think, yet. So that is interesting. Maybe just going for one lap and just going for it. Guess we'll see. Thank you for everyone for joining, by the way. We all appreciate it. We have Casper starting a lap. Yep. Let's watch on board with him. We would presume that, well, I say we. I would presume that he would improve by the fact that he's on much fresher tyres now. Oh, he's not. Wait, is he? Surely he is. He's on... No, I'm on the wrong thing. Yeah, he is. Okay. 1/10 quicker through the first sector, and most importantly, apparently, faster sector 1. However, we know how inconsistent this game is. I used to remember it on 2020, it used to be the same. Presuming it's the same on 2021. Anyway, go through sector 2, run that curb nicely, and then through here. Yep, nice bit of traction there. Missed the apex a bit there, but nothing major. You can kind of run that curb if you want to, however, you can easily spin. 4 tenths quicker than his personal best. Apparently fastest sector 2, though I'm pretty sure 4 tenths isn't fastest, so I don't know where the game's getting that from. As he makes the run to the line, it's going to be a 1:7.436, puts him up to 3rd place next to his teammate Kyle by 1 millisecond. Wow, bloody. Alfa Romeos are very matched to the top. Who else have we got? We've got Hayden starting a lap. So he'll be one to keep an eye out for in a minute. We also have, I think, Panos. He's on a lap. He's now finished his lap. He goes pole position, 17.163. Very close margins at the top, as it's a 5 millisecond gap between Mata and Panos. So it is getting very tasty at the top. We also have Ryan on a lap. He's 4 seconds off apparently, so that won't be an improvement. We've got Kev. He goes up to 8th place at 17.868. Very close between him and Ryan Berry. And even Pete and Wyre still. Getting quite close up there. Right, I think Kyle might be on a lap. No, he's backed out. Tony, is he on a lap? Yes, he is, despite the fact he looked quite still on the straight there. He goes up to 6th, 17.606. He might be able to get Flexi if he can just gain that bit more time. However, I'm sure Flexi will go out on track. What else do we have? We have a Red Bull who I think has run out of fuel. Yep, New Garden. And we also have a Alpine. Oh no, Williams of Acorn as he starts his lap. And we also have Kyle, I think, starting his proper lap now because he backed out of the last one. As Ryan comes in, N8 is on a lap by 2 tenths. Let's watch on board with him. See what he can do with that Mercedes car as he goes into turn 10. Hits the apex nicely. Got a little bit squirmish on the exit as he goes through turn 11. Who's that? That's Tony, maybe getting away. Fastest sector 2, I'm not even going to believe that. 4 tenths up on his personal best, I know that is true. As he goes through turn 13 and then 14. Opens the DRS wide. Up to the line, what is it going to be? It's going to be a 1:8.6, puts him in 13th. I don't think he's moved up at all. So, as it stands, Panos has got pole position. However, we have 3 minutes left to go in this session. Anything could change. Including the likes of Acorn, who goes up to 11th with a 17.921. We also have Kyle, who's going for one more lap. I don't think he improved. Actually, yeah, he has. 17.233. Yeah, he was on. So he did a 17.3. Might be wrong. That might be a session over, actually. He's ran out of fuel, and we have about 2 minutes left of the session. So, it's going to be a rush if you can't make it. We will have to see. Slenderman's back out on track. Cliffy still has not touched the track, so I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe just not setting a lap time from the back. He might even have a quali ban. I don't know. I don't read the stewards report, if I'm going to be honest. Slenderman then starting his lap. We know that both Aston Martins are quick, so it will be interesting. But Slenderman has spun it through turn 1. Now he has to make sure he doesn't get disqualified, because driving backwards is, surprise, surprise, a disqualification. I'd hope that any racing series would have that rule, because it's dangerous. I think Panos might be on another lap, as he's gone out quite early. He has invalidated though. I wonder if he did that trying to avoid Slenderman there, so he'll have to go around again and set another lap. If it is terrain, which presuming no one's on mediums, it probably is, then I can see Panos being able to do another lap on their softs and be completely fine. Presuming it doesn't dry up at the end. If it dries up at the end, then I'm not sure if you'd be able to use those softs. You would, but they wouldn't be as great. New Gardens on a lap, 1/10 up in the first sector, as we have Alfred. Oh no, it's Hayden starting a lap. Also have Panos coming up to the line. Let's watch on board with him. He's invalidated, so he will start one more lap. He didn't turn his ERS off though. Oh, he's made the same mistake as Slenderman near enough. Interesting there. Turn 1 seems to be maybe a bit of a struggle for our drivers tonight. We also have Cliffy starting his lap, so I thought maybe he had qualifying. It doesn't matter, he's invalidated. That is his session over. He'll be starting with Mike at the back of the grid for tonight's race. We also have Caspar starting a lap, and we have a Red Bull, I think, Y Racer starting a lap. Oh no, we've got Newgarden coming across the line for his lap. 17.830, very close to Ryan Berry. Someone else also jumped up. I didn't see who though, unfortunately. We got Tony starting his lap, and we also have a Williams of Mata, or it's Mata, so he'll be starting his lap. And we also have one of the Aston Martins of Hayden, who goes 13th place of 18.219. Is that Panos again, who's just made the line there, but he did not improve. I don't know why he backed off. He could have probably gone for one more lap if he wanted to. Anyway, we got Flexi coming across the line. He goes up to P4, 17.331. Decent lap from the McLaren driver. Next up we have, is that Mata? No, it isn't. It is Caspar. Goes up to 4th, 17.294. We have Newgarden on another lap. No, it isn't. So it will be Y Racer. Let's see what he can set in the Red Bull. Red Bull are looking decently paced actually today. As Y Racer up to 4th place, so 17.239. Only 6 milliseconds off Kyle. So that is someone to look out for in tonight's race. Tony doesn't improve. No, he doesn't improve. Mata, what could he set? He goes pole, 17.067, and I don't think anyone can improve on that unless I'm completely... No, I don't think anyone can. Everyone else has gone into pits. That is then Mata, who is on pole by... Let's find out, because I'm not going to try and do the maths. It is by 95 milliseconds, so just below a tenth. It is very close tonight, though, I can safely say. These gaps are just mostly close. I mean, the top 6 by 2/10, top 13 by 8/10. Don't get that in esports much, do you? And yeah, good qualifying. That was edge of the seat content, that, if you ask me. So, Mata will start on pole from Panos, who is in the pits. Oh, and that is qualifying session over and done with then. So, this could change the championship quite dramatically. We have the championship leaders of Panos and Mata starting on the front row, but Mata, being second place behind in the championship, is starting from pole. Panos leading the championship is starting from second. Kyle in third. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if he could maybe get involved in that fight for the lead. Y Racer in fourth. Caspar fifth. Flexi sixth. Slenderman seventh. Tony eighth. Kev ninth. Ryan Berry 10th. Newgarden 11th. Pete 12th. Acorn 13th. Hayden 14th. NA9R 15th. Ryan 16th. Cliffy 17th, and Mike 18 not able to even get on track really due to texting and driving. So it's not recommended. Yeah, we shall look at the championship standings in just a second. In fact, we could probably do it now. You might hear like a voice change. I have changed it all. And it is indeed raining. I just wanted to point out, my insiders were right. So let's look at the championship then. So, like I said, Panos is leading the championship from Mata by just 4 points. It could go down to the wire tonight, and it could go down to the wire next week. in Abu Dhabi for round 20 and the final round as well. Flexi in third. I believe he's just outside of getting the championship now. I myself is in fourth. I have nothing to fight for. That's why I am doing the comms for tonight. We have Kyle in fifth. He's starting in P3, so this could be good race for him to maybe get ahead of Ryan Berry, who's only 3 points behind him. Casper in seventh place. He'll be looking to maybe catch up to Ryan and maybe even his teammate Kyle by the end of the season. Acorn in a solid 8th with 100 points. Tony in 9th, 6 points ahead of Speed Iceman. We have Cliffy, who is starting from the back tonight, but he's drawn on points with Pete in 12th, so them two will be trying to get the best of each other. J-Luke 13th, Kevin 15th. I know that Hot Aru guy isn't racing. Unless that actually is that. I think that's Hayden. I'm going to presume that's Hayden, who's in 14th. I wouldn't take my word for it, but I think it is. So Kev is in 15th. He's got quite a bit ahead to Hayden. However, he's got Ryan and Mike to worry about, who can maybe jump him. It depends on what the result is for tonight's race. Y Racer is in 19th, and we'll go to the second page of points. We've got N98R in 21st. I think he's only like a few points behind getting in the top 20. Yeah, he is. In fact, he's on the same amount of points as 20th. New Gardens in 24th. Slenderman 22nd. You are Hayden. Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know. So, yeah, New Garden had good qualifying tonight, actually. So this could be good points tonight. Who else have we got racing tonight? I think that is everyone. Yeah. Let's go to the Constructors' Championship then. And it's Williams who have got around 50 points ahead of Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo, though, have had a good qualifying session tonight, so I wouldn't count them out of anything. McLaren sitting quite close to Alfa Romeo, actually, so maybe if McLaren could maybe get a better result than Alfa Romeo, they could jump them into second place and potentially ruin their chance of constructors for Alfa Romeo. Ferrari sit in fourth place. They could get overtaken by Alpine or even Haas, as it's getting good for the fight for fourth and maybe even third, you could say, as well. Aston Martin sitting in seventh. They haven't really got much to fight for, so it's only like a 50 point every race, isn't it? 25 for 18. No, I'm not even close. Anyway, excuse my maths. Mercedes and AlphaTauri are getting close for the fight for 8th place. However, Red Bull having a good result, it could be a decent fight for maybe 8th place towards the end of the season. The session hasn't started, strangely enough. I'm not sure what we are waiting for. Oh, actually, I know why. We also, I don't have the graphic for it, and I haven't been told, but I'm going to do this anyway because I'm presuming I'm meant to. The league is sponsored by Rogue Energy. Use VSL F1 for 10% off by going to the link www.rogueenergy.com. So, yeah, if you want to get yourself a cheeky discount, use the code. And, yeah, help yourself out for 10% off. Why not? Who wouldn't want to have 10% off? So, yeah, thank you, Rogue Energy, for sponsoring this season. It's been amazing. Right, we have the formation lap underway. So, Mata leads us away then for the formation lap. It's intermediates at the moment, however, it could dry up. Not sure. We will find out shortly. I'm presuming everyone's on inters. I don't think there's much you could really change. Yeah, everyone is on intermediate tyres. We will put this on to position change, because it's always interesting to see by the end of lap 1 who has gained the most positions. So yeah, let's go through the order once again. We have Mata on pole, from Panos, from Kyle, from Y-Racer, from Casper, from Flexi, from Slenderman, from Tony, from Kev, from Ryan Berry, Newgarden, Pete, Acorn, Hayden, N89R, Ryan, Cliffy and Mike. I might be a bit biased to Mike because he's my teammate, but I'll try not to be, but got to support the teammate. Just want to say, Mata has got a bit of a gap to the cars behind. Don't want to go too far ahead or your tyres will be quite cold. Starting off the race, as he will now probably slow down quite a bit to get that gap down. So we'll see as Kyle just getting his tyres a bit warmed up, but also don't want to make your tyres too hard. Oh, Mike's gone round. Okay. Let's not try and jinx you either. Let's not get disqualified as well. So we'll wait for the AI to take over Mata's car, which will be around now. It is. So everyone who goes past the DRS line pretty much can't control their car until the formation lap is over. Don't know why. Just wanted to explain that. So as it stands, these guys' tyres might be a bit colder than usual because of Mike's spin. However, he is flooring it to make sure he does get catch up and doesn't get a penalty. So we watch Mike lining up onto the grid as we get to the start of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Let's go. Right. We now wait for the lights. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5 flickery red lights. It's lights out, and away we go. Who gets the better start between Mata and Panos? It looks like they're quite equal. Will Panos maybe go for a send into turn 1? No, he thinks better of it. As we go into turn 1, everything seems clean. We've got Casper trying to make the move on Panos. Will he make it successfully, though? Panos holds it around the inside, and it looks like Panos has just about defended off Casper, as Kyle has had not the best start. He's dropped down behind his teammate. We have Flexi and Y-Racer fighting out for 5th place. Y-Racer maybe be able to get the better traction than Flexi. Doesn't look like it as they go side by side. It is not going to be 5th place for Y-Racer as it stands. He's dropped down 2 places already. Hayden has had an incredible start, already 4 places up. But as it stands, Mata is the one who leads this Brazilian Grand Prix so far. From Panos, 5/10 behind. He also has Casper behind him. So Casper, oh, he's gone wide there. He's going to let his teammate through potentially here. They go side by side for the fast left-hander. I say fast, it's wet, so it's not really that quick. Looks like Casper just about defends off his teammate. Where's this one leader? There we go. So here we go. Oh, Kyle getting all out of shape there. Just getting on the traction in wet weather. Maybe not being a wet setup. We will see. Is there any overtakes potentially happen? Looks like, nope, hang on, we've got Ryan Berry making the move on Kev. Apologies for not catching that, I didn't see the gap. We also have Pete trying to make the move on Acorn. Oh, that was close to being a spin for Pete there. Luckily, no contact. How? Casper's out. Casper's, oh, big crash there for Casper. How has that happened? That's surely a safety car. Oh, the drivers are nearly whacking into the back of the car. So that's ghosting isn't on. Well, it kind of is. Oh. Safety car deployed then. I'm not quite sure what happened. If he got out of shape, hit the wall on the inside, which, well, it goes from the outside to the inside, and it kind of might have bounced his car back on track. That was a horrific... I'd have been pooing myself, to put it family friendly, if I was any of the guys going past that car. I don't think anyone's got damage. I'd hope not, because that'd be the game's incompetence. But it looks like everyone is okay for now. I hope. Because, yeah, we'll find out from Casper, hopefully, on the group chat if what happened. I'm assuming it just probably went. Yeah, probably just got out of shape, and yeah, that's all she wrote. So, we are now under the safety car, where it gets incredibly boring. Unless there's pit stops, which there is, as Ryan and Cliffy both into the pits. Did any of them get front wing damage from maybe lap 1, or even from Casper's car? We will find out. Is that a front wing change? That is not a front wing change, but a 5-second penalty getting removed. We will find out after this pit stop if what he got that from. And what about Cliffy? What's his for? Also, oh, it's not 5 second. What did they stop? Oh, double stack. So that's just another set of inters getting changed. Let's find out what the 5 second is from. Oh, so the two AlphaTauris actually collided with each other. I wonder if maybe someone slammed onto the brakes and brake checked one of them. I don't know. We will find out what happened to Casper though. But yeah, that was brutal. I'm not quite sure what happened. Sam says that it was a huge crash. I do agree. I didn't see the crash, but just from how the car looked, didn't look in great shape. Let's just say that. Apparently he just lost it. Got too optimistic. That's a shame for Casper. Hopefully he'll be back in Abu Dhabi. However, this does help McLaren in the constructors. If Pete can get that extra few points, and if Flexi can get ahead of Kyle as well. Flexi is actually under fueled this car here, so he'll have to make sure he doesn't run out of fuel because it's not the best track for saving fuel. So we go another lap with the safety car. Anyone got any penalties? Let's look at the gainers from this race. Hayden, 6 places gained from the opening pretty much 2 laps. That is brilliant start from him. Congrats to him. Maybe he can keep up this progress, get himself podium if it. If he can gain 6 places in 2 laps, then it'll only be 4 laps before he's in P2. Let's not jinx him though. So who else? Who's the biggest loss? Obviously Casper, DNFing 13 places. We also have Newgarden who dropped 2 places. So that will be the biggest loss out of everyone on the grid. We had gained place for mostly everyone because of Casper's crash. Mike also gained 3 places in the start, getting ahead of both AlphaTauris. So could still be a good race for Mike here, if he can just stay on track. I'm gonna have a drink. I'll mute my mic because I don't think everyone wants to hear me drink. Okay, we're back. As N8YR's got a 5-second penalty for collision with Newgarden. Newgarden also got the penalty as the safety car comes in very late. Actually, that's very late actually. Anyway, forget the safety car. No one likes it, unless you're someone like the 2 AlphaTauris and their managers. Newgarden going, not Newgarden, Mato going very slowly. Y-Racer's got a 5-second time penalty, so does Flexi for collision with between them 2. If they pit, they're going to have to serve that, and they can't get that removed in the stewards. Mata goes, and I tell you what, it has been a very good restart from Mata. As something has happened behind. What has happened behind? There's yellow flags, I'm not sure. Oh, there's contact everywhere. We'll keep up near enough at the front though. Mata, 8 tenths already ahead of Panos. Panos is not looking that competitive to Mata, however anything can change. Maybe not practice done in the wet, as N8YR has dropped to the back. So is Newgarden. As he tries sending it around the outside of Ryan, as the Mercedes also tries the same on Cliffy. His cars are all over the place. As Mike is one of the biggest gains from the safety car. He's up to 12th nearly. He's trying to fight Pete. We also have a fight between Ryan Berry and Akon, as Ryan Berry gets ahead of the Williams driver. Oh, it's getting all types of contact here as Cliffy makes a double overtake on Pete and Mike up to P12. Yes, it's been a very overtakey lap considering it is wet weather conditions. As Kyle getting a bit out of shape there in 3rd. He does not want to keep doing that because Flexi will be up his rear end if he keeps making mistakes. Mata, fastest lap, 118.046. Will he be able to keep that for the whole race? We will see. Cliffy makes the move on Kev. He sends out the inside. Ooh, getting very close. As he makes the move up to P11, he has also been one of the biggest gains in this race with 6 places. Hayden, by the way, gained another place on the safety car. He's up to P7 now. He's gained 7 spots in this race. No idea how he's had such a good race so far. Like I said, though, I'm not going to jinx it because I'd rather not. As I saw him get out of shape, my heart dropped then. Yeah, Aston Martin not going too bad. We also have... what else is going on in this race? We also have Slenderman, who's right on the back of Y Racer. He will get himself up to P5 potentially. So we'll keep an eye on that battle. But as it stands, top 5 pretty separated, if I'm going to be honest. Panos trying to keep up with Mata, who is he kind of is. Oh, not that bit of wheel spin though. Yeah, maybe a mistake from Mata this lap. It's not been as quick as it was for him on the last lap. As we have Hayden on the back of his teammate, he is absolutely flying through the field as it stands. As it looks like Slenderman just lets him through. As he goes up to P6, however, he misses this braking point. Quite a bit there. So let's not do that. What else have we got? New Garden on the back of the Mercedes. We'll keep an eye on that shortly. Slenderman going to try and keep behind his teammate. Might as well just stay in the slipstream of spray and just hope for the best. 7 laps in this race has gone by. It's been very quick 7 laps, apart from the safety car, of course. Cliffy right on the back of Acorn. He is flying, as Newgarden has made an overtake on the Mercedes. Let's keep an eye on Cliffy, because he's one of the quicker drivers in the field. So from starting from the back, it is going to be really interesting to see his recovery drive from obviously invalidating on the final lap. So we'll see how he does. Actually, me and Cliffy had a really good battle in Mexico last week, so he's a good driver. That's clean. Most of these guys are, if not all of them. Oh, I say that as he slammed in the back of Acorn. We will just pretend that never happened though, and I did not jinx anyone. Looks like he will be sitting behind him for now. Any close gaps? Can't see any. Ryan making the move on Mike up to P14 for him maybe. Is Mike going to fight it back? He's going to brake later than him. Can't take too much curb though, because obviously it spins you out. Ooh, good defending there from Mike, who keeps up his P14 for now, as he tries to get maybe some points if something happens ahead. Next up, what else do we have going on ahead? Gap is pretty much maintained, apart from the 10th that Matters gained, but then it just gets back in the second sector, as Ryan and Mike fighting it out again. Ryan's gone wide, and Mike defends again really well there from the Haas driver, and that's not me being biased. That is good solid racing there between the two of them, from what I saw at least anyway. So we also have Cliffy still right on the back of Acorn. Will he be able to make the move up to P10? Let's watch on board. He's much closer than he was last lap, so it will be one for sure. Oh, that's Cliffy getting a bit out of shape and losing all his time that he got on Acorn. Lost. As Panos sets the fastest lap, so he is now pushing. It's gone down to 6/10. Oh, we've got a overtake here from Hayden maybe. Goes around the outside. Can he make it stick? Ooh. Y-Racer just getting that better traction. However, Hayden going to burn his DRS. So is Y-Racer though. Slipstream is still somewhat decent despite the fact it's wet. And it looks like Hayden maybe not being able to make the move. If he burns his DRS, he might be able to. But I think it would just be a bit of risk. His Y-Racer's got a 3-second now. I was going to try around the outside. That is very optimistic. And yeah, didn't work. Meanwhile though, Panos is catching Mata, so this could be a fight we could see from the championship leaders. Kyle's still sitting in a quite quiet third, same with Flexi. They're just driving around at their own pace. Tony has gone round. I'm not sure what's happened there. That's a pretty dangerous rejoin, but you know, it goes things on, so it doesn't really make a huge difference. He comes out in 16th ahead of the Mercedes, but that is a lot of time lost by Tony. Let's go back to the battle between Y-Racer and Hayden. Hayden burning his ERS again. Goes to the right. Will we be able to brake later than Y-Racer? Y-Racer brakes late, but not late enough. And that is Hayden, I think, through. It is, however, the Red Bull has had much better traction, but he's hit the rear end of the Aston Martin, and he has lost his front wing. That is so unfortunate for the Red Bull driver. It seems like these guys have such good pace, but then luck just strikes them at the worst times. And that is Y-Racer with front wing damage and a lot of time lost. Very unfortunate. So, he will now have to understeer his way back to the pit lane for a new wing and nose. So, I think that was more of a racing incident. He had better traction, but then didn't expect Hayden to not get good traction, and it kind of just caused a bit of a mess. We have the Mercedes, who has lost his front wing in the pit lane, and that's a safety car for that. I'm presuming probably because they've, well, in real life they would close the pit lane, but this game doesn't have that. Is Mata going to pit? He doesn't. Will Panos pit? No, he doesn't. Kyle, I thought he was going to. I think he was trying to bait Flexi, but he baited me instead. What about Hayden? Will he pit? He's going to not pit. I'm just going to wait until it says someone's in the pits, because I'm just getting fully baited by this. This does help Y-Racer, though. He will be able to get pretty much a free pit stop. He'll drop right to the back, but it will be better than nothing. Which is good. Newgarden also into the pit lane. I'm hoping that's not another front wing for Newgarden. Tony's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Now, he cannot serve that until the safety car is finished. A lot of people don't know that for some reason. Yeah, it seems to be a really unknown fact. You can't take a drive-through in the safety car period. It's just one of those things. So, as the safety car has picked up our leader, Mata, this also helps Panos a lot, because it means all that time where he was kind of sticking behind Mata, but he just couldn't get the run, that all that time has now disappeared. So that's good news for him. The Mercedes of M8YR has also pitted. Now the thing he's going to have is that that's a long pit stop, and our leaders, they're going to be coming through the final corners very shortly. So this is going to have to be, actually he'll be fine. He'll be 100% fine. Though he does need to catch up to the safety car, so he will need to maybe get a bit of a move on and not crash in the pit lane. But yeah, it's not been a great race so far for the Mercedes driver. It's been a decent race for Kev though, so Mercedes can say that one of their drivers are having a good race. But you never know. Anything could happen in F1, anything could happen in league racing, and definitely in VSL. So, yeah, we could see the Mercedes maybe win the race in all we know. It wouldn't be the first time. So, Ryan, he has also decided to pit. That might be to get removed the 5 seconds. It'll be the second 5 second, though, wouldn't it? Or is this a front wing change? It's just another set of intermediates. So he's just going to take a free pit stop. Will he lose the place to Y-Racer, though? Because they're going to go be like side by side, aren't they? It looks like Y-Racer might actually have him here. He has! As you can see, Ryan on the top right of your screen. That is Ryan, who's lost only one place, though, from the pit stop. Tony will not be able to jump him. But yeah, it's not been the worst drop for him, as we will await the last few guys to catch up to the safety car. We are on lap 12. Not halfway yet, I don't think. 12, 24. No. I can't do maths again. I don't know how I passed it. But yeah, that's just how it's happened, I guess. Flexi, I think, still got the 5 second. Now, Inters can realistically make it to the end of the race. I'm pretty sure. You can around Britain. The issue you will have, though, is that you will be god slow. Like, you will be really slow. So, is it worth trying to make it the whole race? I don't know. I don't think so. Personally, I would actually, depending on the where, I'd have pit. Taken the pit stop and then gone to the end of the race. You'd be so much quicker than everyone who tries to make the whole race. But then again, we don't know. These guys could be on different strategies. It could be drying up at the end. I don't know. You don't know, I don't think. Unless you're racing, in that case, then you probably do know. But don't tell me. I actually really do like the kind of guessing game. It does look a bit more dry, doesn't it? Has the rain disappeared? I can't tell, if I'm going to be honest. Let's watch on board with him. There's rain on the camera, but I don't actually see any rain. I think it is dried up. I'd have gone on for the dries then. I'd have peered onto dries and then took it. As the Mercedes has now got a 3-second time penalty. It's not getting any better for the Mercedes driver, but it will. You never know. He'll catch up to the safety car, I think, as Mata is burning some of his ERS fuel. I don't know why I said ERS. Yeah, he's burning off some of the fuel by just revving the engine. Get that fuel out of the car. You don't need it. Definitely with the amount of times you get, how much fuel you get out of safety cars. I can't talk today. Right, so safety car should be in this lap, I would presume. As Mercedes has caught up now. Yep, it is in this lap. So, if it has dried up and I am correct, then it's going to be interesting to see who decides to pit, make the risk and go onto the dries, and who stays out the extra lap on intermediates. Mata backing up everyone once again. Will he be able to get the jump on Panos again? Will Kyle maybe be able to get the jump on both of them? You never know. Or even Flexi, you never know. Oh, that's Panos into the pits. And Kyle has hit Flexi. And Flexi's now got 10 seconds of penalties as Panos flies into the pit lane. Now, what is going on with the Ferrari driver? Is he going for dries now? Is he going to risk it? He has gone for the medium tyres. Now, this could be the shout of the championship, This is quite championship deciding. If this works for the Ferrari driver as he gets all out of shape in the pit lane, if it is the shout of the championship, then he needs to get those tyres warmed up as Pete has gone off track. Down to 16th, unfortunately, for the McLaren driver. Will this work for the Ferrari driver? We will find out shortly. Though I was right, it is stopped raining. However, there is absolutely zero grip on track. And he is losing more and more time to Pete alone. Let alone Mata. It's not been a great shout. However, will we see anyone else think, oh, he's gone into the pits, let's go on to dries now? Because this game is so ridiculous that the track will show itself as being wet, and it won't be. So we'll see. Mata stays out. Kyle's coming into the pits lane now. So this again throws. It's too early in my opinion. It's way too early as we've got more drivers coming into the pit lanes. Tony now. Unless they're going on for another set of inters. I'm seeing Panos. He's really struggling out there. Kyle is taking his 5 seconds and he's going on to mediums as Pete is also into the pits. It's surely too early. I mean, I'm seeing Panos here. He's struggling for grip. I mean, I get the 5-second removal is a good shout, I guess. As Mike is up to 10th, it's been a great safety car restart for him again as he's fighting Y-Racer. I'm going to watch these guys actually. I know I should be watching the fight, but it's actually really important. Panos has got ahead of Pete as he struggles in the pit lane as well. He needs to be careful he doesn't lose this front wing because that could be another safety car. We're going to watch this fight actually. Here we go. Side by side. Sorry I missed it. Pete has crashed. That can't be another safety car, right? That's going to mess. Oh, it is another safety car as Mike just gets ahead of Y-Racer. This now messes up Panos' championship potentially because he's now got half the race behind literally everyone pretty much because he's not going to be able to make the gains that the safety car will gain on them. Matta's staying out. Everyone's going to fly into the pits. This is another turn in this race. We have half the drivers coming into the pits, half of them staying out. This has now gone really bizarrely. I did not expect this. New Garden, that's an illegal pit entry if I haven't seen one before. Everyone is coming into the mediums. Mostly everyone, apart from Mata, the race leader, and as it stands, the championship leader, Cliffy, Kev, Mike, Ryan, and Nayra. This is now going to be interesting. Who will even make it out the pit lane, because it is very wet in there still. As Kyle will jump Tony, I think Panos might as well. But anyway, this is going to be interesting. These guys are going to have barely any grip, but that time, that Mata and all these guys on intermediates will lose from the safety car. Obviously, he's going to drive slowly, isn't he? Panos is still really struggling for grip, by the way. I'm not seeing really much compared to some of these other guys. His Mata is going to drop down so much compared to Hayden, who, as it stands, if everyone else pits, will be our race leader. As Flexi has had a spin, he's now dropped down to 12th. He is all kicking off now. This is incredible. I have not seen scenes such like this in league racing. Well, I've seen it in races I've driven, and I've never commentated on anything like this. Will these guys stay out, or will they pit? If they pit, they are going to drop pretty far back, I imagine. Mata, he is staying out again. Are these guys staying out still? Is it going to rain again? Surely not. I get they're going to struggle for grip, but the track's drying up-ish. This is going to be really exciting here for the championship, for everything. Oh, someone's in the wall. That is Kyle, who has gone spinning off into the wall. Will he lose any places? I'm assuming he's probably got damage. Is he going to retire? He's just reversing out of the way right now. It's like a reversing dump truck. Apart from the fact he isn't dump. He's a reversing F1 car, I guess you could say. He now goes into the pit lane, and we have Tony, who's had to give the place back, but Kyle's gone into pits. I'm hoping that's not going to give him the 5 seconds. That's cost him a lot of time, though. Unfortunately, there for Tony. That is Kyle pretty much stopping in the pit lane entry. I'm hoping he hasn't got any floor damage or anything, but I did not expect these Inters guys to seriously stay out another lap. I'm really confused on what's happening this race. Because everyone, including Panos now, has, well, I say near enough everyone, Panos hasn't, but he will by the end of the last corner. Yeah. This is going to be interesting. Kyle's now gone on to softs, which actually isn't a bad shout because you would have more grip. Don't know if the softs will make it to the end though, as Hayden has spun. I'm so sorry, I probably jinxed that. Anyway, are these guys going to pit? They're not. Any of them? None of them. None of them are pitting. Wow. This is going... I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know if it's meant to just stay wet or what. The medium guys are still struggling as Hayden's now pitted again. Is he maybe going to go for softs now with Kyle, or is this just maybe a front wing change? It is another front wing change, and it's a set of softs. Interesting. I wonder if maybe if these Inters guys are going, we can probably get a bit of a gap here, and then pit onto softs, which will be the faster tyre. Panos has now caught up, so the championship gets thrown a completely different way now if these Inters guys pits. It's so interesting. Half the grid on intermediates, half the grid, I'll say most of the grid on dries, most of the half, a little bit of the grid on intermediates. As Kyle is into the pits again, I'm not sure what's going on with the Alfa Romeo. He had another spin potentially. Got more front wing damage maybe, or is he getting a penalty removed? What's going on here? That is another front wing change. As it stands, I don't even think he will be able to get... He's not going to be on the lead lap, is he? He's on Inters again. Interesting. So that's another driver now gone on to a set of intermediates. What is going on? Safety cars in this lap. Now this is where it gets interesting. Rather, the intermediate drivers will struggle completely, or the medium guys will start spinning and losing control completely. This is going to be interesting. Let's go to the leader, who is Mata, with Cliffy right behind. Either way, surely the track will dry up. Mata's had a good restart. How are these dry drivers doing? We have more drivers into the pits. That is Y-Racer, who's gone into the pits, and a Slenderman, who's... Is it Slenderman? I don't know. Someone gone into the wall or something there. I thought that was Slenderman. It was Acorn, maybe. Yeah, it was him. This is not looking good for the dry tyres. They are struggling out there. Already 2-second gap between N8Y9RA and Ryan. This is actually looking good for the intermediate, surprisingly. Who said commentators could get it right? As Panos and Acorn, they're having a fight, as Acorn pretty much understeered his way off track. As Mike is up to P3. Yeah, this is what I want to see. Right, sorry, bias, a bit of bias came out there. They're still fighting out there on track. However, it's just going to get drier and drier. This is the thing. As Acorn, I think, has gone off track, there's more. It's a complete kerfuffle, if that's even a word. Panos has got a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. I think that might be able to get removed. I don't know. This has just got more and more interesting. As Hayden has now got himself up to 10th place. He has got some grip on those soft tyres. As Kyle's now got a 3-second time penalty. Are any of these leaders pitting yet? No. It looks like the intermediates have actually made the better stint. While all of these guys on dries are struggling out there. I have never seen anything like this in my whole commentating career. I know I haven't done many commentaries in my life. I have never seen such confusion of drivers as I am seeing today. Y-Racer, he is flying on those intermediates. Acorn's now into pits. Is he going to go on to another set of inters? So surely it will dry up. But when? Because look at this. 10-second gap between the nearest inters and dries guy. 10 seconds. That is a huge gap to have. As it's a soft tyres for Acorn. It seems the softs are doing their job. Just they're slowly but surely getting there. The mediums, they're not working at all. The New Garden's now gone off track. We don't want more safety cars, please. This is interesting. I don't want a safety car. This is incredible. Look at this. Y-Racer, he is flying on those inters still. Those inters are just working out there, despite the fact it's not raining. And Panos has now been overtaken down to 12th place. As well, I'll say that Y-Racer completely understeers off track. Matt has set the fastest lap of the race. He's flying out there. 14 seconds now. As it stands, I think Matt is gonna be somewhat near the lead of the race, even if he pits. All of these inter guys might be ahead of the dry guys by the time they pit. It is absolutely crazy. I did not expect this. As Y-Racer is still somewhat flying. However, I'll tell you who else is flying out there. Hayden, on the soft tyres. They are working a absolute treat. But that's only against the medium runners. We don't know what they're like compared to the inters. However, we now have inters and softs next to each other. And we're seeing here, again, Y-Racer is just gaining and gaining and gaining on the intermediate tyres. The intermediates are still working out there compared to the dries. Even though it is, well, the clouds are dry, but the track certainly isn't. The track just isn't wanting to dry up. It's absolutely weird. It's incredible. I've got, as Kev and Ryan could be fighting for 4th place. We've got Mike, who literally started from the back of the grid, up in 3rd. Same with Cliffy. These two, they've been at the back of the grid. Cliffy, I mean, he's been there since, been up like 11th, but Cliffy, he's been back most of the race. He's up to P3, and it's actually near enough provisional P3, because all of these guys who peered onto the dry tyres, it's just messed up for them completely. The thing is, will those intermediate drivers have to pit? I'm presuming so. It doesn't matter. They've got a big enough gap. Here's Hayden maybe potentially having a look on Flexi. That gap between the mediums still isn't working. However, Y-Racer isn't catching as much. I say that, he still is catching quite a bit. This championship could be going into the hands of Mata tonight. If, I don't know if it could. I would presume so. If Panos doesn't get points, it's going to be very close at least. This could be really title breaking here as Acorn lets Newgarden through. So I think the intermediates are still quicker. It's really surprising here. As Hayden going to lunge it on his teammate here. That's quite a risk. He's just going for it. And we've got Y-Racer now trying to go around the outside. He's trying to follow Hayden here. They could be quite much paced actually. I'm not sure. There we go. Y-Racer. He goes up the inside. That was a very daring lunge. But it has worked a treat. But Y-Racer gets a bit out of shape. Will Hayden be able to get the better traction? It's so like... such snails racing here in Brazil. Oh, it's getting very close. Y-Racer getting squeezed into the curb. This is now where the Inters are maybe not being able to compete versus the soft runners. But it's just impossible to tell. But it looks like as Y-Racer sends up the inside again, will Hayden be able to get switched back? There's been more contact. It's the second time the two have had an incident. Has Hayden now got front wing damage? I don't think so. I think he's just been lucky, though. He has lost a lot of time since. Whether or not that's because of front wing damage, I don't know. 21 seconds between Ryan Berry and the Mercedes. I think that's a full pit stop now. That is a full pit stop ahead. These guys have had the stint of their lives here in Brazil. It was a risky one. I mean, half the grid, most of the grid didn't agree on it. But it has worked an absolute treat for all of these guys, including Y-Racer, who, bear in mind, is pitted, I think, on the first lap of the safety car. He has now got himself up to P8, as we have a first pit stop from Mata, who has finally pitted. What is he going on to? I'm presuming surely dryers. He's gone on the softs. So he has pitted on the softs. He's going to come out way ahead of Ryan Berry, but is it still enough? I don't know. Because look at that, Y-Racer's just overtaken Ryan Berry for P7. It's as okay. Y-Racer's now into pits. Maybe the Inters are now going off. I don't even know. As Hayden now flies past Ryan Berry for P7. Will Hayden need to pit now? That would be another interesting shout. Let's watch on board with Mata. Is he catching the cars ahead? He's losing time still. It's still the intermediates. These guys are best to stay out for just that little bit longer. I don't know. It's a bit. Actually, I say that he's gained a lot. Okay, Inters are definitely now not the tyre. Kyle's back into the bits again for like the 5th time, fourth time. Same with Y-Racer as well, who's pitted onto another set of softs. Maybe he could get himself a few places. This is really like Panos needs a safety car badly. And he also needs the tractor dry up badly. Anyone else in the pits? Mike is into the pits as he's put his pit limiter on quite early. Ryan has also pitted. I think I'm not going to jinx them, but I'm pretty sure they're going to come out ahead of Hayden here, as Hayden's touched the grass there. It's not been a great lap for him so far, as he's got a bit of a train going on behind him. DRS is enabled. That might be the reason why these guys are now suddenly starting to pit. No, they have came out ahead, as that is an awful camera angle there, race director. What on earth is this? That's a pit wall. Thanks a lot, game. Got a bit of the Haas, but I can't be exposing my team like that. No, look at that, they've all came out ahead. It's incredible. However, the thing is, all these guys who are still on Inters, they're going to be struggling now. Surely their tyres are going to be overheating. And this is where the likes of Hayden might be able to gain an advantage here, because these guys are going to be struggling on their intermediates, where they're going to be flying the softs now. Will they potentially get ahead on these medium guys? I don't know. The two Mercedes are starting to fight. Can I just say, you know how I said earlier about N8YR maybe becoming quite lucky in this race? You know, it's F1. It's being proved here. He's up to P2. Yes, he needs to pit, and he doesn't pit. He decides out of it. Gets a 3 second time penalty. Matar takes P2nd. P2nd? He takes the lead of the race now, as Kev's now gone off. Where's Kev gone off? Kev has DNF somewhere. And it's caused another safety car. I think that might have been in the pit lane. We will see. I can't see his track car anywhere. What's he DNF from? Everyone's coming in the pits. I can't even... He's not on the pit straight. How has he gone off? His car's disappeared. Where's the safety car gone out if it's disappeared? Either way, this has helped these guys even more here. And it has also helped the Mercedes. I told you, I'm just a genius when it comes to predicting these things. So, this Mercedes will now pretty much come out around 5th, 6th, I'd say. He'll be definitely ahead of 7th because these guys have all pitted again. Here's even more of a pain potentially for panels here, I don't know. But this has just been an absolutely crazy Brazilian Grand Prix, and I'm glad I commentated on this race, honestly, because it's been insane. This has been one you definitely not want to miss. So, will Mata pit? And more importantly, I'm assuming the Mercedes will pit. I think that would be quite a silly thing not to. But yeah, this has been an interesting race so far. Mata stays out, but the Mercedes does pit. So he'll go into a set of softs. Lovely set of softs, I'm sure, for him. As he slowly gets into the pit lane. You can go a bit quicker into pit lane. I understand safety car, but you can. And the safety car will pick up Mata then, who's the race leader. However, everyone else behind him, apart from Hayden, is on fresher soft tyres than him. By maybe around a lap, and Acorn as well. But he's quite behind. I don't think he'd want to threaten his teammate, that's for sure. So, the Mercedes, where does he get out on track? I think he'll get ahead of Hayden. We'll be close. Watch on board here. Looks like he has got ahead of Hayden. He's up to 5th place after being last. After causing a safety car from crashing into the pit lane, he's up to P5 in this race, excluding penalties. What an incredible turnaround this has been for that Mercedes driver. And for Mike and for Cliffy, these guys, incredible work for predicting. Same with Mata and Ryan and who else was it? There was someone else predicted. Even Y Racer, who pitted. You know, he's gained a lot of places after what was looking like a bad rest of the race. Up to 9th, ahead of Flexi and Panos, who were both, well, Panos is a championship threatener. Flexi was. Kyle used to be. He's going to be able to get back in this race as well now, actually. So, what Panos needs is for Kyle and Flexi to not interfere too much. However, will they? We don't know. So this just adds more and more and more and more to this race. It's incredible. Anyone else into pits? I'm surprised Hayden has not decided to pit. He's got a big enough, well, he did have a big enough gap to right and bury. However, he stays out. So yeah, Newgarden gets disqualified for ignoring yellow flags. What has he done? Oh, he's tried unlapping himself. Oh god, safety car. Safety car nearly slammed into the back of him. That was not looking great. This game isn't great with that. And unfortunately, that is Newgarden out of the session. He was a lap down. He had nothing to lose. Now, there is a thing you can do where the leaders can let you through. If the leader lets you through, the safety car will move out of the way and let you through. However, I'm presuming that didn't happen. And he got disqualified for it. Unfortunately for Red Bull, they still have Y-Racer released though, so yeah. Not all over for the Red Bull team. I'm going to quickly have a bit of a drink because my throat is starting to die a little bit. Right. Will the safety car be in this lap? I don't think so. We'll watch on board anyway, just guess. But I don't think it will be. Looks like, I was actually right with that thing. So it looks like Mata did try and let Newgarden through, but the game still disqualified him, unfortunately. I hope one day Codemasters will implement it, because it is so annoying as a league racer who you get stuck behind and you have a bad race and you end up being a lap down. In real life, the safety car 80% of the time will say all these lap cars go through. Simples, right? But for some reason Codemasters just haven't implemented it, and it is annoying, and I feel Newgarden's pain because once you're lapped you can't do anything. And I feel if it's something like Abu Dhabi, of course they're not going to add something like that because that was controversial and not worth it. Either way, it should be an implemented feature. Just let all them through safety car. Even if they don't catch up to the pack again, allow it. Just let them fly through. As long as they don't hit anyone, then they can get disqualified, of course. But apart from that, there's no issue to have the game disqualify you. If you're the leader, Mata overtakes the safety car. Understandable, disqualification. It's a rule in real life. Shouldn't be a disqualification for lap cars though. Absolutely not. But that's the game's features, unfortunately, and hopefully 2022 Codemasters might actually give it us and listen to us. Or EA actually, now they have ownership. Anyway, let's stop ranting about Codemasters and let's get on with this race because we can't do anything about Codemasters or EA. So Mata will start us off this race. This is going to be an incredibly interesting race. Panos is in points, by the way. Top 12, I believe, points. So, and also cars ahead have penalties. So this could still be interesting. As will Mata be able to get a good restart? We will watch on board when he goes, and if Cliffy can get a better one. Chugging at 80 miles per hour, and he goes. He gets another brilliant safety car restart compared to everyone else. There's already overtaking going on between Kyle and Tony. As Kyle goes up to 12th, and there's something going on behind. That is someone really holding someone up. I thought there was a massive crash and pile up there, but there wasn't. It was just, I don't even know. Here's Ryan going for the fight for the podium. Is he going to be able to outbreak Mike? He can't, but he gets the absolute switchback of dreams and places himself up to P3. However, Mike is fighting back. He's burning his overtake as Panos is out of the race. Panos, the championship leader, is out of the race as Mike and Ryan are still going side by side here. But what happened to Panos? We can't even see it because he's already lost because of the safety car. But that's Panos out of the session. And most crucially, with Mata leading the race, it is going to be very hard for Panos now to try and win this championship in Abu Dhabi. All that time he's put into the game is pretty much all gone as Hayden drops down to 7th. He's struggling on those softs. He's hit the back of the Mercedes. Has the Mercedes gone round? No, he has managed to stay on track. But that is Hayden round and nearly out of the points here. As Tony's gone into the wall. Oh my god, that was a horrible crash there. He got squeezed into the wall by the wall coming back. And that's another safety car in this race. What is going on here is Kyle has to drop that back down to 9th. What on earth is going on as Hayden now has to let Acorn through? We have another safety car in this session. I think Matt is trying to slow down for the safety car. It's too late. What on earth just happened there? It was like someone just had no grip and they were just holding absolutely everyone up and it just caused chaos behind. Panos out though. That is going to be crucial for Mata's championship and for Panos himself. It's going to really compromise him here. Wow. This is going to be interesting. So the likes of Hayden, if I was Hayden and probably Acorn as well, you might as well. Or even most of these guys, just pit again, innit? Get a fresh set of soft tyres and just go for it. I wouldn't if I was Mata. Despite the fact he's got 6 laps of tyres, he's already in the lead. Unless everyone else behind him pits, it's just not worth it. Yeah, I did not expect Tony to go into the wall there. It was trying to make the move on Hayden and he just got squeezed into the wall. It wasn't Hayden's fault, it was more just a really risky move. Is anyone going to pit? I wonder. There's a bit of baiting going on. Acorn pits and Hayden pits. So, yeah, not surprised. You might as well make the most of it. You have nothing to lose, really, do you? So, if anything, you'll be quicker than everyone else because you'll be on fresher tyres. It's heartbreaking for Panos because he's going to have such a gap to now try and catch on Mata. He's going to have to hope Mata DNFs in Abu Dhabi or has a really poor result. And Panos literally needs to win, probably. Win or get probably top 3 or something. I don't know what the points is, but I'm pretty sure it would have to be... If it was real life, he would need to win the race and Mata to literally not get any points fastest lap I don't think can really interfere, even if it gets second, because 18 points. So I can't remember the league's point system. I apologise. I might actually be able to check. Let's see if I can check, because it would be really helpful, and I apologise for not knowing this. I definitely feel like I should, but I don't. So yeah, let's find out. Keep an eye on the safety car. I think we've got an extra lap with the safety car, which just makes it easier for Mata, really. Rules. Would it be on the rules? It's not on the rules. Safety car's out for an extra lap. Yeah, I don't know what the point is. I apologise. We'll find out. Kyle's in the pits. Might as well take the fresh set of sauce as well. Why not? However, he's going to drop positions to Hayden and Acorn, but at the same time, oh, he's using worn softs, so he's actually got more worn softs than Hayden and Acorn still. But he'll still be much. We'll have more grip than everyone else ahead, who's on like 6-7 laps. Old soft tyres, or 8-lap old tyres if you're Mata. So safety car should be in this lap because 3 laps to go. Game always does. But yeah, actually saying that, I've had it on like 2 laps, but it's very rare. Like, you'd need a miracle, pretty much. But yeah, this is going to be interesting as we wait for the safety car in this lap message to come up. It'll be any minute now, as Kyle has got up, so this will be interesting, because now this is where people will maybe go, you know what, we've got 3 laps, I've got nothing to lose, let's just send it. We also have more conservative drivers like Mata, who knows he's in a really good place now. Panos is out of the race. Can he convert it into the win, though? Let's actually check the warning really quickly. He has 1 warning, so he can track extend a little bit. You know, he might take advantage of track limits. Might as well. What is this restart going to be like for Mata? It's again pretty good. It's solid. It's not been his best one because Cliffy has been able to stick with him, but it's been okay. As we've got Flexi sending up the inside of Mike. He's hit Ryan, and he has hit Mike, who is still on his side pod. Mike nearly goes off, and he loses the place of the Mercedes. Will he be able to fight it around despite the incident? We've got a fight going on here for the podium here. For the win, near enough. I didn't realise it was for the win. Mike defends from the Mercedes. Mercedes get a better run, though. They're still going side by side, but Mike defends off. We also have Y-Racer going around the outside of the Mercedes. That was a move and a half for the Red Bull. Very good move indeed. Let's keep an eye on this fight for the lead, though, as Cliffy is not going to let Mata win it just like that. And I tell you what, if Mata does not win this race, it will only hurt his chances of the championship. Kyle up to 10th. Everyone in this race is now pretty much guaranteed a point if they finish. Let's just remind everyone of that. If you're a driver listening, don't abuse everything too much, because I tell you, it would not be worth it. Kyle is fighting Hayden for 11th place. He goes deep. So does Hayden. As I said that as Y-Racer's now, I think, got front wing damage. He will still get a point. Oh, here we go for the fight of the lead here. Apologies. I should really keep an eye on these times. Just can't get the move yet, as Flexi makes the move on Cliffy's teammate. There's all sorts of overtaking going on for around the track. However, Cliffy and Mata side by side. Will Cliffy be able to brake later? He tries it. He turns in. He goes off track a little bit to try and gate the place. He's still going side by side here. The 2 leaders here of this race still going side by side here. Who's going to get ahead? Mata breaks later, but Cliffy's going to be able to get the better exit. Slow and fast out. Who's going to be able to get the better traction? Y-Racer and DNFs. Cliffy still goes side by side. They've gone side by side around half the track now, if not most of it. Cliffy gets a bit squarish on the exit. Matt is still there. It looks like, I think Cliffy's just got the move there for Mata. Cliffy now leads the Brazilian Grand Prix as we're going to start the final lap. Mata is burning his ERS. Flexi, by the way, he's sitting there. He's going to have a look at Mata potentially here. However, Mata... Oh, they're all burning their ERS. Oh, look at this. Flexi's going to try and make the move here. Would he be able to take the lead of the race? Mata gives him the room. They go side by side. It's like he just can't get it. However... Oh, DRS. Cliffy's going to have DRS on Mata here. Surely this can't be Mata's win. They're kind of 3 wide again. It's going to be Mata who's gone from the lead down to last. He gets the better exit though. And they're going side by side through... God knows what corner that is. Turn 5. Cliffy and Flexi now side by side. And it's Flexi who get ahead for now. However, I'm sure Mata is not going to give this up just yet. You've still got half the circuit to go in this race. Flexi has got a penalty, by the way. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a time penalty. It is a 5-second. He might be able to get that removed. We will find out. However, as the drivers go through turn 11 and soon to turn 12, pretty much the final corner here, it will be the run to the line here. So as it stands, it will probably be, unless as these guys burn their ERS, I think it will be Flexi who will win the Brazilian Grand Prix on track, but off track it will be Cliffy who wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Mata gets second. Ryan will get third. Mike takes an impressive fourth. Hayden gets fastest lap. Flexi gets fifth. Berry gets sixth. Hayden gets seventh. Acorn eighth. And I didn't get the rest of the results. However, if Flexi can get that 5-second removed, then it will be Flexi's win. Wow, that was absolutely incredible racing there. 3 wide. Cliffy and Matt went side by side for most of the 35th lap. That was incredible driving, that. As it looks like Panos might be able to get that 5-second removed. He says it in the chat. However, will he be able to? We will see. It's an all-British podium here in Brazil. Wow. That was one race for sure. So, it is Cliffy who wins the race off track as it stands as the moment. Mata gets 2nd place, Ryan 3rd place, Mike 4th place, Flexi 5th place, Ryan Berry 6th, Hayden 7th, Acorn 8th, N890 I think might have had a spin or something, he's dropped down to 9th, however still points. So after the race he has had, I think he'd take it. And Slenderman 10th, with Kyle and Y-Racer classified, but they did DNF. And your DNFs are Tony, Panos, Kev, P, Casper and Newgarden. However, I am sure that there will be some conversation going on between Flexi, Cliffy and Mata on who should have won that race and why that fight happened. It was an incredible fight regardless. I believe I get to choose driver of the day, which is quite exciting. Ooh, difficult one this. I'll go for Cliffy. If I can pick 2, it will be Mike as well. But I think because Cliffy won that race, it would have to be for him. I know you normally say, oh, it's quite boring to, go for the race winner. But after the race he's just had, he was literally at the back of the grid after invalidating on his final lap, and his only lap. He has had an incredible drive. So I'll give it to him. If I have to pick 2, I don't know if I do, it will be Mike who gets my 2nd vote as well. Both of them getting the intermediate spot on there. And also honourable mention to Hayden. He had a brilliant half of the race. But yeah, that is your race for VSL. I'll quickly do the sponsor again. You can go to www.rogeenergy.com and use the code VSL F1 for 10% off in the next purchase. If you want to get yourself 10% off, why not? I'd do it if I if I could drink energy drinks. Actually, that's a good point. But yeah, that is your that is your race for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed. I've certainly enjoyed commentating. I'll actually see you next week on track, unless Jess isn't commentating again. In that case, I don't know. I don't know what the situation would be. I hope I get to commentate again. I want to thank Mata for letting me commentate. I've enjoyed this. It's the first time I've done commentary live since probably 2020, so I certainly want to get back into it. So yeah, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you. Well, Jess will see you, and I'll see you probably on track, in Abu Dhabi. Thank you for watching, and good night.